separating fact from fiction when it comes to all the Big Brother 28 speculation. No, there will not be an All-Stars season in the winter. The doors to the Big Brother house are currently closed, but for how long? Season 27 wrapped up on September 28, with New York City lawyer Ashley Hollis wiping the floor with unemployed Californian Vince Panaro. The finale of Big Brother 27 experienced a 3-year high in viewership, and the ratings were up 33% compared to the prior year's last episode. So, what's next for the long-running reality TV show? Read on for everything to know about Big Brother 28, as Gold Derby separates the truth from the theories and rumors. No zing here. CBS makes room on its schedule every summer for a new installment of Big Brother, and 2026 will be no exception. The broadcast network has renewed the series for season 28, and the casting process is currently open, more on that below. The show will undoubtedly return to its 3-nights-a-week format that has made it so addictive to millions of viewers in the US and around the world, Big Brother 27, who was sacrificed to the mastermind. With only 1 week left in Big Brother 27, the number of houseguests is dwindling, and the endgame is in sight. Sometimes that includes turning on your allies. Who was sacrificed to the mastermind and left the Big Brother house? After Lauren Domingue left in the double eviction, the final 5 tried to make plans for who would be sitting in those final 2 chairs. Keanu Soto, Ashley Hollis, and Ava Pearl formed an unlikely trio to try and take out the power duo of Vince and Morgan. Only Vince could compete out of the 2 of them since Morgan was the outgoing HOH, so the trio's odds looked good. For the HOH competition, Vince, Keanu, Ashley, and Ava stepped into the mastermind's sanctum. They stood in their respective places and had to hold what looked like a fencing sword up to a cutout of the mastermind's face, which was against a small glass surface. If it fell, the houseguest was out of the competition. The last one standing won HOH. Ava was out first with only 11 minutes played. Ashley nearly reached 30 before dropping her mask. Then, it was just Keanu and Vince. Keanu told Vince that if he won HOH, he would keep him safe, and they could work together to make it to the end, but in order to do that, he would have to take out Morgan. You know you can't win against her. No one can, so now would be a good time to get her out, Keanu said. Vince contemplated it as they talked game and their personal lives. Keanu shared that he had a few more hours left in him, so Vince should just let him have it. However, as he shifted, Keanu's arm moved, and his mask fell. This made Vince the new HOH for the 4th time this season. After the competition, Vince and Morgan talked in the HOH room. He told Morgan that Keanu wants her out, and he wanted Vince to do it, which he said was crazy. Morgan said that Keanu has to go this week. Keanu didn't stop his pleas at the competition, however. He laid out the facts and told Vince that the only way he could win would be if he took out Morgan now, since she has been running most of his game. It would look great on his BB resume. Ava also told him the same thing outside in the hot tub. Both Ava and Keanu prayed for a miracle, but the wish fell on deaf ears. At the end of the episode, the houseguests re-entered the mastermind's sanctum. Everyone but Vince kneeled in front of the table in the middle of the room. 4 voodoo dolls sat on a shelf next to them. Vince had to pick the 2 voodoo dolls of the houseguests he wanted to nominate and place them on the table in front of his fellow houseguests. In the end, he picked Ava and Keanu, keeping Ashley and Morgan safe, for now. On Wednesday's episode, the final 5 tried to make deals on who would take whom to the final 2. Everyone had one last chance to save themselves in the veto competition, which was the tiny veto. In this competition, the houseguests had to use tweezers to stack up 30 little blocks to form a picture that was hanging on the wall to the right. It was a photo of the mastermind, which he wanted to hang in his son, Andy's, room. Whoever stacked the 30 pieces first in the right order without any of them falling over won the veto. They can't use their hands, only the tweezers. The houseguests came close multiple times, with Vince only having 1 piece left, but then his entire stack fell, so he had to start over again. In the end, Morgan won, securing her fourth veto and a spot in the final four. Keanu pleaded to Vince once again to convince Morgan to take him off the block, since Keanu promised to take Vince to the final two, but it didn't work. They all entered the mastermind's lair, where Morgan didn't use the power of veto, leaving Ava and Keanu on the block. In the mastermind's month of mayhem, the houseguests had no idea when the eviction would be. All they knew was that they had to go to his lair when a bell chimed. During that time, the houseguests received videos from home, and Vince was sad his girlfriend, Kelsey, wasn't in the video with his parents. This led to a late-night confession from Vince, telling Morgan that he liked her, and asked her in percentages how much she thinks their relationship would work outside of the house. She didn't give him a straight answer and told him she was confused about what he was trying to say. Soon after, the bell chimed, and everyone entered the lair. The mastermind told the houseguests that those who were voting had to stab the voodoo doll of the person they wanted to evict in front of everyone. Both Morgan and Ashley voted to evict Keanu. He was sacrificed to the mastermind and had to leave right then and there with no bags, no goodbyes, and no interview with Julie Chin-moons. The episode ended with the beginning of the final four HOH competition, where the contestants stood inside a giant dice and had to create a pattern by pushing it. Find out who will make it to the final three on tonight's 90-minute episode. Big Brother 27 finale recap: who won, AFP, and who is the mastermind? Big Brother crowned its winner on Sunday, announced who America's favorite player was, and also revealed who was behind the mastermind mask all season long. Going into the 2-hour season finale on Sunday night, the final three consisted of Morgan Pope, Ashley Hollis, and Vince Panaro, who all endured 83 days inside the Big Brother house. While all being a part of the Judges' Alliance, Ashley ultimately took home the $750,000 grand prize in an almost unanimous vote. While Ashley didn't have the comp wins under her belt, her social skills are what made her rise to the top. Sitting in the final two against Vince, Ashley won the final HOH competition against Morgan, who was the season's frontrunner and sure winner. Ashley, the 25-year-old attorney from Illinois, who compared herself to Elle Woods in her final speech, won by a 6-1 vote, with Morgan being the only vote for Vince, who takes home $75,000 for coming in second place. Voted as their favorite player. Host Julie Chen-moonves revealed the winner of this $50,000 prize had 65% of the vote. The top three vote-getters were previous BB winner and season 27 houseguest, Rachel Riley, Will Williams, and Keanu Soto. Keanu, being the competition beast that he is, captured America's hearts and won AFP. Earlier in the finale, the viewers saw season 2 winner, Dr. Will Kirby, revealed as the mastermind, but it turns out he was framed. The mastermind ended up being multiple previous houseguests who felt that they were wronged in their game: Jesse Goddard aka Mr. Spectacular, Frankie Grande, and Eric Stein. Big Brother 27 finale: Keanu Soto addresses Rachel's betrayal and his biggest regret. Keanu Soto might not have won Big Brother 27, but he did win the hearts of America. Keanu was awarded $50,000 on the September 28 finale for taking home the America's Favorite Player prize. This award is voted on by the fans and awards the houseguests who fans loved watching the most with a hunk of cash and the coveted prize. Keanu was in the top 3 with Rachel Riley and Clifton Will Williams. Keanu received over 65% of the vote. Taking 5th place, Keanu would not have received any award money if he hadn't taken home this prize. He voted for Ashley Hollis over Vince Panaro to win the game after Vince wronged him too many times. Keanu talked to TV Insider about receiving the award, Rachel's betrayal, his thoughts on the finale, and more. How are you doing? Keanu Soto: I'm doing amazing. Congrats on winning America's Favorite Player. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you ever expect to be given that prize? I had an inkling. After my little eviction interview with Julie Chen-moonves, she told me her son was rooting for me. So I was like, oh, dang. Okay. So, I had a little bit of an inkling. I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't make it any less exciting and amazing for me. Even if I was expecting it, 65% of the votes is insane. So, it's very nice to know that my personality and my style of play are validated in that sense. Do you have any plans for the $50,000? I wish I had a sexy answer for that, but I'm probably just going to invest it. I will take a little bit of a vacation here and there to decompress and have some fun, but nothing too crazy. I just plan on investing. Nothing too crazy. Is there anybody that you were thinking, if it wasn't you, would have won it? Man, the way Morgan Pope stepped up, and once she got her own three-peat with the vetoes, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to watch out for her. I know we've been trying to get her out. We couldn't. So I was like, I thought for sure she was a lock to win. Is it hard to gauge how fans perceive you in the house? Do you think about that while you're in there? Yeah. I mean, I definitely think about it. I like to think that being my authentic self comes across relatively well. It obviously did. So I definitely appreciate the people who voted for me. But, you always have people like Rachel, every once in a while, who would tell me, hey, you can't say that. You can't talk like this. And I was like, wait, I didn't think I was. I feel like a little bit of validation there. I always told her. I was like, if I got to tone it down, I definitely am not above humbling myself to do that. But yeah, I had no idea what to expect coming out of here, but when Julie told me her son was rooting